Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. I'm Death for Above. Today I want to talk about pulse rifles. Specifically, what are the top pulse rifles in the current meta, and why do I think it's the way it is? So Iron Banner was just last week, and they brought Lady Aphrodite brought that gun, the Clever Dragon, and set the world on fire with the fire of a dragon. So I want to talk about the three pulse rifles that I think are top of the PvP meta and why, and really top guns of the meta, because right now pulse rifles I think are at the top. Hand cannons are right there with them. Auto rifles and scouts. Scouts are good in PvP. Auto rifles are not so good anymore. They used to be good. They're not. So you got three pulse rifles. You got the Clever Dragon. You got the Grasp of Malak or Grasp of Malak, and then you have the Hawksaw PDX type situation, because those are the other ones. Other guns can compete, but I think those three, I'm putting Hawksaw and PDX 45 together because they're basically the same gun. They have a little bit different variation in stats, but there's the same Suros variant with color differences and stuff like that. But anyway, Hawksaw PDX, Grasp of Malak, and Clever Dragon. So if I had to rank them 1, 2, 3, I would say Clever Dragon's number 1, Grasp is number 2, and Suros is number 3. For specific reasons, the Hawksaw PDX 45 is a very quick handling pulse rifle. It's a little bit slower fire rate, a little bit higher impact than the other two. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the older, if you want to call it that, because the other two are kind of newer to the meta. The Hawksaw PDX have been around since the beginning of year 2, and they are top of the meta since then. I think they still hold their own. I mean, only thing that really beats them out is the Clever Dragon with high caliber rounds, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But Hawksaw and PDX, they're my favorite of the bunch. They really are, because I like the sound, I like the uniqueness of them, and I like using them. It feels good to use. But the Hawksaw is a very quick handling gun, very useful in fast, fluid situations like the Crucible. And I think that's one of the reasons it stays at the top of the meta. The damage output, a fast-firing pulse rifle is good for damage output because you're not constantly having to put DPS out like an auto rifle, but you don't have that one-shot situation do with a scout rifle. It's the best of both worlds. You can pop out of cover, get some shots on them, pop back into cover, pop back out. That type of situation. Same thing with a hand cannon, but with hand cannons, it's all or nothing. You got one shot. With a pulse rifle, you have 3 or 4 bullets, depending on which pulse rifle you're using. These, for our purposes, you have 3 bullets. So you pop in and out, get those hits, do what you got to do. Especially on a hunter that I'm newly discovering, pulse rifles work very well. Shade step in, shade step out, that sort of thing. But Hawksaw, very fast using handling gun, and that's one of the reasons I think it's so strong, that and the quick fire rate. So moving to the Grasp of Malak, I think the ugliest gun, the daggum ugliest gun in the game. I hate the way that gun looks. I did participate in 2 Blues before it was extinct. I got a decent Grasp. I was just never quite in love with it. If you can get max stability on this one, that's what makes this gun rip. Max stability, counterbalance, hand laid stock, counterbalance, brace frame, stuff like that. Get a very good stable version, and you're going to be going to town with this one because of the super fast fire rate. It's got really good aim assist too, and the equip speed's pretty high. It's one of those guns that is up there because of the fire rate. It's at the top of the meta because of the fire rate, because of how quick it is to kill, because of the nature of pulse rifles. And you could say the same things about the Clever Dragon, but there's a little bit of difference because of what the Clever Dragon does that the Grasp. I don't know that you can get high caliber rounds on the Grasp of Malak. If you can, let me know. But the meta for the Grasp is max stability, make it a laser beam that can fire very, very fast. That's how you get that to roll. That's your ideal roll on that. Now, let's talk about the third one, the newest entrant, and the one that has kind of set the world, like I said, on fire. In my mind, I don't know. And I have like 6 different versions of it because of Iron Banner. I don't know which one's the best. So before we talk about the Clever Dragon, let me know what you think is the absolute god roll in the Clever Dragon. Is it Head Seeker? Is it Glass Half Full? Is it Hidden Hand? Do you prefer Brace Frame or Hand Laid Stock? Do you need high caliber rounds or do you not? Right now I think high caliber rounds are what's pushing the Clever Dragon to the absolute top, just because you can get that flinch with the super fast Grasp of Malak rate of fire. It's a little bit slower than the Grasp. The equip speed is actually pretty slow on the Clever Dragon. Aim assist is good on it. The reload's faster, but it's a slower using gun, and I've actually noticed that. The Grasp of Malik is faster. So if you want the fastest, you're going to want to go with the Grasp. But the Clever Dragon is quick. Equip speed's a little slow, especially with high caliber rounds, because it'll bring it down. So you want to make sure you understand that the high caliber rounds bring your speed down. I think it's when you're ADSing. I don't know. I do notice I feel like I'm a little bit stuck when I'm using that with high caliber rounds. If you get on target, though, you're going to wreck them. Absolutely. The one I've been using the most has hand laid stock, high caliber rounds, and rangefinder. I don't know if rangefinder is giving me that big of an advantage. I've got other versions. I've got some brace frame, high caliber rounds with glass half full. I've got a couple without high caliber rounds that have brace frame, rangefinder, brace frame, head seeker, or hand laid stock, head seeker, stuff like that. So I've got all different versions, and I think high caliber rounds keeps you alive, because when you're going on the one-on-one primary engagements, you're bouncing their screen around. I know when I get hit by it, I kind of look to see what killed me, and I think, does it have high caliber rounds? I bet it does. So the high caliber rounds really do make a difference on that gun. You can play without it. It'll be a little bit quicker if you're not using them. So if you don't need to do that, if you don't feel the need for high caliber rounds, you're not going to be sacrificing much. I think it's good to have. I probably lean on it because I just run it headlong into battle and get into fights. So I like it. It's not my favorite, though. It's not my favorite gun in the game. I prefer other guns, but it is strong. So that's what I think about the pulse rifles right now. They are top of the PvP meta, but let me know what you think. I'm always interested to see, what do you think your God roll Clever Dragon was? What do you like to see on a Grasp of Malik? And what fun are you having in Crucible using other guns? What other guns are you using right now that you think are really, really strong? So let me know in the comments. Always interested to see what you have to say. And until then, guys, leave a like if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to see more, and share the video if you want the channel grow. I do appreciate it. I say that and I mean it. Guys, until next time, I'm Death Above, and I will see you later. See ya, bye!